You hear the stories, the cold spots, the fleeting shadow, the bump in the night. But what if those aren't just spooky tales? What if they're pieces of a larger puzzle? Pieces connected by human experience, emotion, and memory. I'm Tiffany, a paranormal investigator and psychic medium. Here on Beyond Logic with Tiffany, we're stepping past the fear. We're not just hunting ghosts, we're seeking to humanize the paranormal, connect with the spirits, find compelling evidence, and finally connect the dots that link our world and the next. This is Beyond Logic with Tiffany. Hey everybody, I have Lottie with me again for her round 2. I'm so excited to talk to her again, and we have some really interesting and testy topics to talk about. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Don't worry, I'll promise I won't be as controversial as I can be. I'll rein it in.
Hey, that's all right. I don't mind either way. I think we had a blast talking a little bit ago, and I think that we can continue that. So,
Oh, I. Oh, yeah, but the paranormal world. I
yeah,
mean, I don't know what the situation like is in the US. I mean, you have a team, right? That you also go to host events.
no. So I did it myself. It was supposed to be with my counterpart before I broke off. We planned it. We went to what's called Wildwood, and that was my first time hosting an event with other people. I had another team, Potter Paranormal, come with me, and then 3 people that have never been on an actual investigation before. So that was really, really fun. But 4, oh my God, 4 people. So that was really fun. I forgot about my dad. Isn't that terrible?
That happened.
But that was a lot of, that was really cool. So hosting events is a whole different ball game, and I know we've kind of talked about that before, and you mentioned something that just blew my mind. So why don't you, if you don't mind, share a little bit about what
Which part of it?
well, especially like I guess I'll just hold on one second. Um, get right into it. What about the cattiness? You mentioned some cattiness about different events and being hosted with locations, and there's only
Yeah.
some places you can go to.
Yeah, it was just, because I do host, so the company I host with, Paranormal Presence, it's a great company, and we do have there's actually a lot of paranormal companies in the UK, and we have a few of the heavy hitters, the really big ones, and it can be difficult for smaller groups to sort of corner the market. And I've always been like that. So I don't care what the team is. I will book an event if the venue looks interesting. I do have certain companies I prefer because they are well established and they are good. But it's just, I mean, obviously I will wear my Paranormal Presence hoodie because it is a really, really comfortable hoodie. But again, I was really taken aback by because I'm not there to generate venue. I'm just there to see what other people are doing, how they're hosting. Because what I find with the previous team I was a part of, way back in the days, my first experience in the paranormal business side of it, is there was just a lot of like cattiness, like, oh, you cannot work with other teams, shush, shush, this venue, keep quiet. And it's like, why? There are only so many places you can investigate. Why not collaborate and learn from each other? Because obviously we all care about the paranormal. And I think it should just be, if we do care about the paranormal, if we do really care about the research part and investigating, then why not do more collaborations? Why not just embrace each other?
Absolutely. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I don't know if it was on my own podcast or speaking with, I don't even remember who, but you can learn from the newer teams just as much as the newer teams can learn
Mhm.
from the older teams. There's so much that
Mhm.
evolves and so many different ways of thinking. There's no reason to be so catty about it. And that's what really does it for me is,
Yeah.
I kind of keep to myself. I mean, there's some amazing teams out there, don't get me wrong,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there's some cattiness out there that's just incredible. When they nitpick on people, it's just so silly to me.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they're doing that. That's just ridiculous. It's like, okay, it's good that you have that opinion, but not everyone shares that opinion. So let's not go there.
Right.
Um, and I think it's just about embracing each other's differences and notice that even the most seasoned ghost hunter or investigator still has a lot to learn. I mean, my husband usually says that X is an unknown quantity and Spirit is a drip under pressure. So combined expert, it's not really that good. And then I know because I found myself doom scrolling on TikTok for some reason. That is so addictive, TikTok. And part of me regrets going on it
It is,
because
it
it's
really
just
is.
so freaking addictive. And it's just like hearing, oh, this guy said this, now we're going to retaliate, now we're going to retaliate, now we're going to, and it's just like, how about you put it on the table and set your differences aside, eh? And collaborating.
I
But
agree.
it,
I mean,
but it's also, I think, about goals. So I mean, yeah, I do it as much as for my own personal curiosity. So I've never ghost hunted for or helped people for profit. It's mainly just, hey, I get to go to awesome places and I get to go there after dark. And I'm so privileged. The fact that I get to teach other people and open up my world to other people is just fantastic.
yes, I agree. I mean, that's what it should be. It should be wanting to teach and wanting to experience others' perspectives.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it does cost money to rent venues, which is fair. And of course, you need to generate at least something to keep it going. Otherwise, it's going to be really expensive really fast. Um, but there's also a fine line of what you're willing to do for it. Um, which is why I'm so lucky with the team that I have now, and I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by people in the paranormal world who are generally good.
Well, yeah, me too, fortunately. And I've learned to kind of keep everybody else at arm's length. I mean, there's a few people, teams that have just been brutal for absolutely no reason, and I just don't get it. Like even if you have your differences, just let those differences go and just move on. It's not worth it to make anybody's life a living hell after that.
No.
And I really don't think it's part even to do with the paranormal at that point. That's just a personality trait, and that's,
Yeah.
it's you're not always going to find the good people. And unfortunately, this isn't just a good person hobby, lifestyle, however you want to put it. It's an everything, everyone
Yeah.
thing.
And the great part is like when you have a solid team that you're working with, it just makes it that much more fun.
Yes.
And then you have guests coming in and they're just to see them be like so enamored with it. Like they're really interested in it. Of course, you have the tag along that says, "Oh, I'm just here to make my spouse happy, happy wife, happy life thing," but they're still having a really good time for some reason. And
Yeah.
it's just like why people get into the paranormal. Um, I guess especially with all the advancement of AI as well. So when you see it on YouTube, on TikTok, Facebook, I think you should go see for yourself and actually book an investigation.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the people that side eye you or think that you're crazy, I think those are the ones that we should be bringing on investigations. I won't even go as much as say skeptics because I feel like the people that are side eyeing you are just the ones that are afraid to admit that this stuff exists.
Oh, I love a skeptic on a paranormal hunt.
Oh, me
Like
too.
that when that's what I always ask. It's the same question we always ask, like, all right, are there any skeptics in the room? And you always have one or two that raise their hands and you're like, right, you are my best friend because you are gonna help me debunk what I miss.
And that's
And they're like,
important.
what? Yeah. But even when you say that, then it's like, what? I'm a skeptic, but I'm no, 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 no. You are actually my best friend here.
Hmm. A lot of
Um,
people hate skeptics because they think that it's just going to ruin things, but no, it definitely proves that once you're out of a shadow of a doubt that there's no
yeah,
other explanations, they're what helps you.
I mean, we were so privileged at Hellfire Caves. There was this, so we had K2 activity, and it was like, oh, but there's no camera here, and it's limestone. And I was so surprised because what I thought was an intelligent conversation. And then this guy who was a genuine skeptic, he says, this is limestone, right? And I was like, yeah, I think so. Oh, it's highly conductive. I said, yeah, but there's no cameras here. He says, no, but there's still wiring. And that's probably the wiring you're picking up on your K2. I said, how do we test that? And he, unfortunately, he used to be an electrician, so he had his little device with him, which is an advanced K2 meter.
Yeah.
And he pointed it like on the wall and said, right, so this is, you can see the spike, so that means the wiring goes, and he could trace where the wiring was going. And I was just like, oh, mind boggled. So he's
And
like,
then
oh,
that's what it is.
he's like, oh, I'm sorry, have I ruined the night? And I was like, no, 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 you saved the night, dude. Like, seriously, you've saved it. This is so cool because you could just debunk and say, right, we can't use K2 meters here because limestone is extra conductive or something. Okay, next thing, on to the next one.
Yes, and it's important because I feel like there's a really big misconception that when you're a paranormal investigator, that everyone thinks that everything that goes bump is like a ghost or a spirit. And that
Mm,
drives me crazy for that misconception because it's not true. Most of us want to debunk the
yeah,
commonalities of things.
I mean, that's why I always find a good idea when I start an investigation is just take a moment to listen to the building.
Hmm.
What's it telling me? What does it sound like when it's breathing, when it's crick crack, when the woods expand? Because once I know what's normal for the building, I can start looking for the paranormal.
Yes, and that's important. And then doing that initial sweep through, which
Yeah.
I I'm gonna just
Um,
start recording everything that I do and just start proving that paranormal investigations is actually more than just sitting in the dark and just being like, oh, that was a ghost when the water heater kicks on.
oh yeah. Yeah, a lot actually goes into it, but with that said, I mean, you can go a whole night and maybe the most interesting thing that happens is a couple to go off.
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, what you see on YouTube and TikTok is what 5 to 45 minutes of the best of the best. And of course, it has the music overlay, the sound effects, and every time you will have a host going, it's like, really? That was a knock, dude. It's not a poltergeist. It was a knock.
Yes.
And that sort of heightens it. But I don't know, maybe I've become desensitized. Oh, I was just thinking about that because, I really want to go to a place that scares me. Not like traveling to the US scary. But just, so sorry.
No, you're
Something
good.
something that keeps me on my toes, that makes me all tingly and like makes me, oh, what was that? I want that feeling so bad.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was I can there's
I mean,
only
I
really
have
been one time that I've been like, what the fuck?
well, I think the first time at the Ancient Ramen, I felt really uncomfortable in certain places. It still gives me the EBGBs. And no, I have still not made friends with the entity that lives in the barn. Um, and I don't. I will keep trying. So last year, no, 2024, we went for an event called Toast with a Ghost. And when we we met at midnight and just said Happy New Year. And then we had free time. And a couple of us were in the barn, and it sounded like someone kicked the door, like the barn door, really, really hard. And I will admit, it made me jump. And then I got furious because I was like, okay, who did that? So I ran out. I was like, who was that? I want to see proof. They're like, there was no one. Okay, great. That was actually freaky. Um, but yeah, I guess I just miss going into places like, shh, They seem like they take all the good places away. And I mean, there are some on my bucket list in the US that I really want to go to. It's like just to see, is it really all that it's cracked up to be?
Well, if you ever do, you let me know. But I want to get
Oh
over
yeah.
earwax. Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
killing me.
I mean, you'll have free room and board, and we can pick you up at the airport.
And I appreciate that so much. And, I am legitimately thinking, well, not even thinking, but planning by hopefully next year.
That would be amazing. Oh, there are so many good locations, even close to us. Like
Yep, I
Shepton
know.
Mallet City, for instance, is beautiful.
You just have so much history over there. And
Yeah.
you're like the whole area is just so old. So it's a whole different ball game than it is here. I mean, obviously everywhere is old, quote unquote, but like you guys were established a lot sooner than we were.
Yeah, and you really feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
even sorry, that's my husband trying to take a vivarium apart. Uh, I mean, okay, fair enough. Or I'll poltergeist, one of the two. I mean, one thing that really is, I mean, even when we go out on investigations and it's really quiet, I still get to go to this amazing place like Markham Castle or Dudley Castle or any castle really, and it's like, wow, just imagine being here like 300, 500 years ago. Uh, like PPI, Paranormal Presence. Our owner of the company, she arranged for us to go to the Mermaid Inn, which is a 900-year-old pub and a hotel, and it was just amazing.
The whole thing just
And
sounds amazing from
yeah,
the name all the way to the history.
it was so beautiful. It
Wonderful.
wasn't as active as it could have been, probably, but it was just being there. And again, the team is just because we have such good energy and so much laughter, it just makes the whole thing a lot better. I mean, she's hilarious. The whole team's hilarious. They're just as weird as me. So,
That's awesome.
um,
And I think
but yeah,
that's important too, that you have fun. I mean, granted, it should be serious, but you also need to know when to be able to giggle and, have a good time.
I mean, spirits, they interact if you give them something to interact with. I mean, it's similar to people. You're not going to the person in the corner that's just sitting there looking a sourpuss. I mean, if you interact with them, if you laugh, I mean, laughter is probably the best way to generate energy. And it just, when you're relaxed, it's a lot easier to open up,
Yes, I can agree with that.
especially from like a hosting side, because you want, I mean, as a host, you're there to facilitate. We're not there to participate, we're just there to facilitate and make
Mhm.
sure everyone has a good night. But when you have a group that don't know each other, they're in a strange location, we've just been put together, and then say, "All right, here you go. Here's some equipment. Now let's call out." Like, what do you ask? And like, what if I say something stupid? And it's like, no, 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 it's not about that. So it's about getting them engaging, right? Everyone gets to ask one question. We wait 20 seconds to see if we get a response. And as soon as you have that and everyone's participating, but when you can laugh, it just instantly gets it better. It just makes people relax more.
Yeah,
But you can
I
also,
agree with that.
but then again, you can also take it to the extreme where it just gets silly and obnoxious, which I've also unfortunately experienced, where it was just like, would you have someone come into your house shouting obscenities or making dick jokes? No, like crude dick jokes. I love
Right.
the I love the innuendos, that's fine, but the really, really crude and crass language and jokes, I wouldn't want someone coming into my house and start making those jokes and obscene gestures. So why should I? What justifies me to do it to someone else, whether living or departed?
Fair. Sounded like something just fell outside. Hopefully that wasn't a human.
Ah,
If it was the
okay.
mailman. So, I mean, I, and I know know my mailman. I used to work with him. That would really suck. It is so icy outside. I would feel god awful if I opened my door to check the mail after this and then he's laying there still. Oh goodness.
I mean,
Oh,
that's the good part about the strange part about living in Glastonbury is everyone is so friendly. They just walk right in. Like the first week we lived there, they just did knock on the door, and then the mail lady just opened the door and went straight in. It's like, "Hi, I have a parcel for you."
oh my
Uh,
gosh.
okay, thank you.
Holy crap. I would, oh Lord, I'd have a stroke. I'd be like, absolutely not. I can't handle that.
And I was like, "Okay, I have weird people in my house right now." Okay, that's fine. Especially because in London you have like double closed doors.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lock within a lock.
Gotcha.
And that's just like, oh my gosh. Ay, 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 ay. Uh, but nonetheless, it's
Um,
fun. So yeah, that's again, but so that would never happen in London, but down in the Somerset levels, it happens all the time.
oh Lordy. I mean, at least they're nice. I guess that's the important part. You're not just having like some random bozo busting through
No,
the
no,
doors,
no,
and you know what I
no, no,
mean?
no. People are super nice.
That's good.
It's a very eclectic community, but a lovely community as well. We've gotten along great with our neighbors. I finally came to an agreement with the two resident house spirits, John and Jean.
Oh, you got their names
Uh,
this time.
oh yeah, I've known their names all along, John and Jean. Um,
Oh. Mm.
so yeah, so we've made an agreement that they're welcome to stop by, but it is our house, and we would also appreciate our privacy. Uh,
That's fair.
but I think that it feels like they're ready to move on, so that's a good thing. Um,
Maybe they
but
just
you
wanted to
can,
make sure that the house was going to be taken care of.
yeah. I mean, you can sometimes see they will interact with the cats. So you can sort of hear like out of the blue, one of the Bengals will just be like, "Mm," and then run away for no reason. And like, oh dear. Oh, how beautiful cats. So, but yeah, going on investigations. I mean that, and that's also in terms of experiments you can do, because again, there's only so much variety of an experiment you can do. I don't know about you, but I've noticed that people are like, oh, Estes, that's so cool. Ooh, table tipping, yeah. Automatic writing, yeah. Ouija board, no, I'm good. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really? Okay. Why? Oh, I'll just watch. Oh, I've had a bad experience with one, or oh, I've seen too many horror movies, and they're like, yeah, that's the thing. So just like you do know it's essentially just Facebook for ghosts, right? I mean, anything can come through and spell a message. It was a party game in Victorian London in the Victorian times.
Yep.
And when it's not open, it's just as an, or that's at least my belief. I used to say it's just a piece of plywood, good for bonking people on the head. And once I open it, yeah, it becomes a portal for communication. But yeah, some
Yeah.
people believe in opening and closing. That's just how I was taught.
Mhm.
So doing the whole white light circle of protection before you go in, opening and closing and cleansing the board. Again, that's just but it does make the guests feel a lot safer. Um, but I wish I could just destigmatize and says, look, if done correctly, there is not that big of a deal. It's not Hollywood.
It's just like
Oh,
any other communication tool out there. Dowsing
yeah,
rods, pendulums.
yeah. But oh my God, what if so-so comes through? Like that's a creepy pasta legend. No, no, no. My friends and I were doing the Ouija board and he came through. And that's because one of you were moving the planchette on purpose.
I agree with. I have
Uh,
actually personally never had a Ouija board work. Oops. I mean, I've
I
used them, but the planchets never moved without the one person that was always able to make it move, touching it.
I mean, it's strange for me because on the odd occasion, my spirit guide will allow me to participate, but most times they don't. It just this planchette stands still, and I'm like, right, is there anyone here? Quiet. And then sudden, Albert, are you with us? And it'll go to yes. And this one session, I mean, I was barely touching the planchette, and it kept going to goodbye. So I took my pendulum and I said, right, is this you, Albert? And they went to yes. Like, do you want me to come off the board? And he was like, yes, again. So we closed it down. I got off the board. I reopened the board for them. And all of a sudden, the planchette was moving.
Oh, that's really cool. It's cool how spirit guides can be that powerful.
But it's also really freaking annoying because I really, really want to do a Ouija board. And he's like, nah, nah. And it was just, and it's like 4 or 5 times, goodbye, goodbye. And with Stephen as my witness, one time the planchette moved without me touching it. Everyone else just went straight to goodbye.
Oh
And
my
my
God.
finger was my finger was still like, oh, there's nowhere near the planchette. Ah, fine planchette. Like goodbye. Ah.
That is awesome.
So
Probably scary as can be, but that's awesome.
it's really, I mean, he is very protective. Um, which is good. I like that. But also like when I really because when we hosts can't participate. We're just there to supervise. Because otherwise they're gonna go, nah, they're faking it. So we're just there to supervise. Uh, and then when I finally go on my own investigations, I want to so badly. And then the spirit guide is like, nah. He's fine with everything else. Human pendulum, no problem. Estes, no problem. Sensory deprivation, no problem. Glass divination, no problem. Ouija board, nah.
You ever figured out why?
No, but I need to have a chat with him at some point.
Huh?
We need to have a proper sit down.
Sometimes you gotta put your stern foot down and
Yeah, but I mean, even I've seen because still I am on the fence. Like when you have, so there was a group of guests and one of their family members came through, where I was a bit, is this just really something that they need to hear? So that's this bring me to the psychological side of it. Is that the planchette actually moves subconsciously, but we're not aware that we're moving it. Um, so that's why I always say, like, let's ask control questions. But
always a good
yeah,
start. But
yeah. So that was really emotional. Um, and it's good when you can give them a sort of closure, although it's not technically your job. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, so I I mean, we're actually thinking of doing a concept called, I mean, my favorite word for it is the naked ghost hunt, but that can be misinterpreted. But what we mean by it is stripping it back to its essentials, like doing a Victorian ghost hunt. So, yeah,
Oh dear. I just have pictures of people just showing up in bathrobes and just being like, I'm here now, and just anyways, but
yeah, that was, it's like, that would have been really handy to know. You know, it's the same when people say that the naked running apparently means you run without gadget. That would have been really handy to know.
it, nobody wants to see me run without clothes on, I'll tell you.
Yeah, same.
No, but that's cool. Going back to like the basics is essential sometimes. I think we all forget to use our senses a lot of the time because of all of the technology. So
Yeah.
that's a good idea. That's a a good way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw the one I posted on Facebook with the Viking saying my ancestors looking at me getting lost with my GPS, and it's
I
three
did not
Vikings
see
sitting in
that. That's awesome.
a yeah.
Oh,
My ancestors looking at me getting lost using my state-of-the-art GPS, and all they had was the stars and a map.
that is incredible. And I wonder if like that is a thing. Like if the, how do I word this? My brain's going faster than my mouth. Like if spirits see us using all of this stuff and just been like, if you just listen for 4 seconds, I'll knock or something, like, and like getting annoyed with
Yeah.
it almost.
Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to communicate with you. What do you want? Oh, can you
Hmm.
make this device light up? No. Well, I can, but I don't want to.
Yes. Stubborn spirits, just like stubborn people.
Yeah. I mean, I do what I call tactical ignoring.
Okay.
It's a teacher trick, when you have too many voices, you're just ignoring it on purpose. But sometimes when you do that too much, I get that like tinnitus feeling, like my ears start to ring, and it's like, okay, okay, I will listen if you stop. Like, it's not just listen. He's listening.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
My ears ring, well, my right ear rings all of the time. I lost my ability to hear when I shut myself off years ago. Almost everything else has come back for me except for the hearing. What would you suggest
Hmm.
I do?
Listen, I know it sounds stupid, but that ringing, I mean, yeah, it could be tinnitus. I think that's the word for it. It's a Danish word at least. So I have actually had the diagnosis of tinnitus in my ear, so I have that constant like beep noise. So
Mine's
it's
more like a fuzzy ringing, but it's not
yeah.
like constant.
Well, if it's not constant, that could be someone trying to communicate and use your auditory senses. I mean, I find that in certain situations, if there's a lot of outside pressure or force, usually spiritual, then the ringing will intensify. Usually, my ringing or the fussy ringing or the noises is worst when I lay down to go to sleep. When I go from like having stimulus to just going dark. So when we're going on an investigation and it starts to ring like proper, like I was in bed, then I know that there's someone that is actively trying to communicate and is getting testy that I ignore them.
Okay. So I just, without going too much into her business, but I just did a reading for a girl. And for the
Mm.
first time ever, I used my mediumship. I've never done mediumship readings before. She was the first
Oh.
one that I've ever done.
Oh, wow.
I've never trusted myself enough to do it. But it was a video chat, just like you and I are talking just right now. And the first thing that came out of my mouth is, who caused you to, not trust yourself? And her face just like completely shifted and she goes, "Excuse me?" I was like, there's somebody that like took away your confidence. And I had no way of knowing that. I'd never met this girl before a day in my life. And that was the boost I think I needed. And then all of a sudden it
Mhm.
was just like everything flooded in. Like I saw her grandfather, her dad, like, and I just knew information that I couldn't have possibly knew. And that was really cool for me. But she's like, well, is he saying anything? And I'm like, I can't freaking hear, but I'm not telling her this. I'm just like, this is driving me crazy because this is the only thing that's missing.
Mm. I
So
think
I'm,
it's slowly coming back the more you work with it. So it's about, I mean, yeah, we listen with our ears, but we also listen with our soul.
okay.
Um, it's how do you begin to explain it? I mean, we know scientifically that sound is just waves of air pressure
Mhm.
that gets registered in the auditory nerve. But when you go a step deeper, because we know we only use like, I think it's 10-15% of our brain. So there's a gazillion nerves and neurons that are firing left, right, and center. And if you tap into that, then I think you get to listen to a whole new level. So it's not just listening, it's about how you listen. It's the same when you're talking to people, like counseling, for instance. Like, what are they saying, and what are they actually saying?
Right.
Because they're the literal words, but then there's also the underlying meaning and their tone of voice and their affect. And it's about listening on multiple levels.
Okay. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, a great example of, if you ask someone, "How are you?" and they say, "Oh, I'm fine." Yeah, fucked up, insecure, neurotic, not again exhausted. Um, yeah, I'm fine. It could be that they are doing okay, but you listen for intonation, tone, which letter are they putting emphasis on? What does their body language say? And then you sort of start to fine tune what they actually mean when they say fine. Because you can say, "Oh, I'm fine," but in reality, you're saying, "I could actually use some help." And then you sort of work your way from there.
Yeah. I mean, that takes skill in itself anyways. I mean, a lot of people don't recognize those signs. So I guess, okay, I see what you're saying. And I think trusting myself and the more that I trust myself, the more that I'm going to be able to develop what I've already know I've had.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's about listening with all your senses, not just your ears. And then it'll slowly start to come back.
It's slow as molasses, let me tell you.
Well, slow and steady wins the race.
It does, it does. And I'm very grateful for what I do have and what has come back because I did shut myself off completely. Like I did not want it. I didn't even see spirits for the longest time. But
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
uh
Yeah, that's one thing you do when you're hosting is you have to shut yourself off. I mean, obviously be aware,
mhm.
but you can't utilize it. Some guests will say, "Oh my God, you saw something, didn't you?" And I'll be like, "No, no, why?"
Well, that part I'm really good at. I'm really good at just staying silent. I really don't voice what I see, well, not even what I hear, but smell is a big one for me. I can smell a lot of things, usually like perfumes and stuff. And
Mm.
or I'll
Oh
have
yeah.
like physical body like ailments almost. That's the best
Mm.
way I can describe it.
Yeah. It's about doing a self scan. So I've developed, with help from a mentor, scanning. So I will scan my own body. So I know what's wrong with me, but I just need the medical doctor to confirm it.
Oh, that's neat.
Um, a great example was, oh, I came in with a wrist fracture. And I said, "Look, my wrist is fractured. It's a small fracture, but it's in my left wrist and it's really, really painful." And this doctor was like, "If you must, I'll send you to an x-ray." Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. Uh, no, I mean, literally, like, "Oh, then now I need to find my papers and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, you're the doctor." So, do you want to switch? Am I the doctor? I was just about to ask you that. But okay, fair enough. And then he came out like, "Oh, well, as suspected, it might be a bit bruised and sprained, so we're just gonna put we're just gonna tie it up, and then that's gonna be it." And I just couldn't be asked to argue with him, so I said, "Fine, but at least put some tape on as well." And then the next day, they called from the hospital and said, "Oh, so we've had a look at your x-ray again. It turns out you have a small but complex wrist fracture, and you'll need to come in and have a cast on." I was like, "Really?" And the reason we didn't see this yesterday was, we had someone more experienced look at it. It's like, I think what you mean is you had someone actually look at the damn X-ray. Oh yeah. So yeah, so I got a cast on and it healed fine.
That's good.
But yeah, getting to that point where you're just arguing with the doctor is like, for fuck's sake, just don't.
Well, you know your body better than anybody, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah, but I can do it with other people. I have a friend, and I don't know why, but when I saw she smelled different. There's a different smell to her. Not a bad smell. I said, "Oh my God, congratulations, you're pregnant." And then she started crying and said, "No, I just went to the doctor. I had a miscarriage." And I was like, "No, you are still pregnant. There is still a baby in there. You smell different. There is still a baby in there." And I was adamant. And she did give birth to a baby girl,
oh, that's awesome.
a very cute baby girl. But yeah, that
Aw.
was like, I mean, oh, she smells different. There's something in there. So it turned out that she originally had twins, but the boy died in utero. But the girl was fine, and she's gorgeous.
That's
Then again,
awesome.
mum is stunning as well. So
That's
it's
amazing.
just, picking up these little things. And that's why it would be fun to do an old-fashioned ghost hunt, not a naked, an old-fashioned. Although a naked ghost hunt would be freaking cool. Scary but cool.
I mean, I guess, yeah, it could be. It could be very good or very, very bad.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, it's just I mean ghost hunting is it's just it's fun, you get to know yourself. I was rewatching the MTV Sphere program,
Hmm.
which was something that was really popular like early 2000s. So it's six people between 18 and 25, and they take them out to a haunted location to record their own experiences. So it is handheld. So it is essentially a predecessor to the YouTube Ghost Hunters. And then they'll have like certain tasks. So they'll have to investigate like the North Wing, the South Wing, the mortuary, the Sugar Shack, and all that thing. And then they'll be like, the problem is the way they do it is they tell them like oh, this was the place where a fight broke out and 15 people were clubbed to death. Okay, now you need to sit alone in the dark for 15 minutes while listening to this EMF meter go bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah. And when you're not completely developed in your brain, what happens? You start to imagining things. And they couldn't really cope.
Oh,
So a lot of
yeah.
them was like really scared, which is fair enough. And some of the places were actual, like they did Eastern State Penitentiary, Western State Penitentiary, that are actually really, really freaking scary haunted locations that I want to go to. I really want to go there so badly.
Those are a couple that I would like to go to also.
Um, but other times, I mean, one of them, they went to Mina dos Estrellas in Mexico. And apparently it was so scary that the first whole group quit.
Oh, wow.
So they had to send in a new group that completed the investigation.
Well, I want to do that.
Yeah, but I think part of it was also like a lot of them were from the big city. And no offense, but when you take city people out into the wild, they can't cope.
Yep, they crumble.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's nature. Oh my God, I heard a sound. Yes, it's nature. It has animals. It has the outside. No. Oh my God, I heard a bat. They are also outside. It's like, yeah. And then, of course, you have to sound, oh, but bats mean that there is an evil presence lurking. It's like, Or it could also mean that your flashlight is in their flight path and they get mighty confused.
Yeah, I mean, bats are good things for the ecosystem.
I love bats. Bats are cute.
I can respect them outside, but if they're near me or my hair, I will probably freak out.
We went to Fort Whitley. It's a haunted location, and the group I was with actually helped save a baby bat.
That's awesome.
So we were investigating. I think it was the west or north tunnel, one of the two tunnels, and we just heard like screech, and we turned our lights up, and we could just see this little bat butt, and
Oh,
its feet going like and the tip of its wings is like, oh my God, it's stuck. It's actually stuck. And you could
oh
see
no.
mummy bat flying around. Fortunately, two of the guests were wildlife rescuers. So with them, we were able to sort of get the bat out. And just holding that little baby bat, like it was screeching and it was climbing up your arm. It was just a magical experience.
Aw, that's awesome. Okay, maybe babies I could deal with, but full on adult bats, nope.
I always wanted to work in a bat sanctuary. But again, that's another. Oh, if there's bats, it's probably haunted. No, I mean maybe it is, but um, what do you feel about ghost hunting and urban exploration if you combine the two?
How do you mean?
So I saw someone again TikTok doom scrolling. I need to stop that. And they went to a Welsh abandoned hospital,
Okay.
and from their experience, because they weren't there to ghost hunt, they were just there to urban explore in the evening. It was creepy.
Oh,
And
I understand.
I'm sure if you did like a full-on investigation, it probably has been done. You would get some really, really good results there.
So there is a group that Offbeat Paranormal, they do that. They go to abandoned buildings that they find. There's an app that I can't think of, abandoned something. I can't remember the name of it. But they go and they look at these places and they go and they investigate and they've got some crazy things from the things that they've said. So I decided to download this app and tell me why there's not an abandoned frickin' building around me within like a 75-mile radius that I can go to that I wouldn't get arrested for going to.
Mm.
But I think it would be cool. There's a house literally like on the corner from me. Like if I go out my street, go down the road, and there's another side street, it's right on the corner. I want to go into this house so bad. I am so drawn to this stupid house, but I know if I go in there, I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me and be freaking tied to a ceiling or something. Because I just feel like there's something creepy in there. But I also feel like it's probably like got squatters in there.
Is it abandoned?
Yes, it's boarded up.
Okay, maybe try to knock.
Well, if I do, well, I could do that actually. Yeah, maybe I could do that. But it looks run down. It looks just awful. But it also, it like intrigues me. Ever since I've moved here, which I've been here for almost 5 years, I've wanted to go to this house.
Oh wow. But yeah, it's just insane. I mean, part of me really wants to do some urban exploration, but I also realize I don't exactly have the body for urban exploration. Like, how am I gonna squeeze through a tiny little freaking window? And think you would be in trouble if you sort of like knocked the boards over because it's probably boarded up for a reason.
Yes.
I need to look into like the because there is another building up north. They do have some security that walks around, but apparently, I think it was my friends Mark and Michelle that told me uh, that if you get caught, you just get told that you can't be there. They're not really going to do anything. Um, I would really love to freaking go there.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. And it's just like the whole vibe of the place when they were filming. It's like, whoa, that's nice.
I would love to be able to do stuff like that. I don't think I'm bold enough to do that. I mean, like I said, there's probably places that aren't listed on that app thing that I could probably break into if I really wanted to, but I don't want to get myself in trouble either. I'm not trying to go to jail.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm like most concerned about is I don't want to be calling like my friends and saying, "Hey, so I just got arrested for trespassing at the relic building. Yeah. Were you squatting? No, I was just being nosy. A nosy Nelly. Oh, if only I was 10 years younger and 50 kilos lighter.
I get that.
That would mean I would fit into that little window.
I don't have the capacity to do that anymore either. I would need like a step stool, a ladder, but it's
Oh, there is a chair so you can get in the window.
oh, see.
I need to see if there's an app like that, like abandoned buildings in the UK. And also maybe look about what exactly does the law say. I guess it's as long as you don't get caught.
There's people like on TikTok, believe it or not, that go around like my area and they won't ever tell the locations, which I get it. They don't want people going in there and getting hurt or whatever, but they find places all the time. And I really want to message these people and be like, can I just tag along like once just to get the
Yeah.
thrill out of it? I
Oh,
might. I'd be
that
bold.
was an I that was an idea actually. Just like message like urban explorers, say, hey, the next time you're going to a creepy location, could I bring a little bit of equipment and tag along with you guys? Um, because yeah, I get why people don't want to give away the location because then all of a sudden every Tom, Dick, and Harry are gonna jump on and it's gonna be ruined. I mean,
Exactly.
I've seen it with my wild swimming. So I do wild swimming and cold water swimming. And I used to have this like beautiful little spot, and then it became public. And now it's just completely ruined. It's just full of shit, and people don't take their rubbish with them. And I just can't go and take my dip anymore.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. And I think that's the big premise of not revealing locations and stuff.
Yeah. And especially because there seems to be this, oh, anything for a like or anything for a video or so they don't really care. And I think that's a huge problem.
Yeah, it is. It shouldn't be about clout. It should be, I mean, obviously there's certain things that are still fun, but
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. Yeah, once you get your name out there, you can sort of like generate ticket sales, but you also have to be careful not to lose your integrity. I mean, there is, for example, take Most Haunted. Um, a lot of it, I mean, I'm grateful to that TV show because it put paranormal investigations on the map. And I'm also slightly annoyed because it also exposed a lot of fakery.
yes.
So it's like, oh, we don't fake anything. Yeah, that's easy to say, but how do you separate like the good from the bad by looking at reviews? But yeah. And also looking at like experiments. As I said, I do love the idea of like a naked style ghost hunt where you're just going back to basics.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but even with gadgets, like some, I mean, as soon as oh, can be used for paranormal investigation, and it's like they hike up the price. Like apparently there's this recorder that's the holy grail of paranormal. It's an old Panasonic recorder from the early 1990s.
Oh,
Because what it does apparently is it doesn't exclude, it doesn't have a noise cancellation. I don't know why that model is so good, but I remember having one years and years and years ago when it was the shit, when it was like the best of the best equipment you could have. And I am so frustrated I got rid of it because I could have sold it for like 3,000.
my God.
like I see these things go for like 1,500 to $3,000 on eBay. And
Eh,
that's only because they've become fancy paranormal equipment. And
yeah,
it's
I should
just
check
sort of
out some old boxes. I wonder if I got anything like that.
just yeah, look at your old equipment, see what it does. I mean, I do have an ancient recorder, which I like to use. So yeah, I haven't only caught a few whispers. I need to know. I need a proper. So if anyone's out there listening, if they could drop like a really really good audio program where you can sort of like refine audio, preferably a program that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Uh, I would prefer it for free. So if anyone knows any audio cleaning equipment, that would be really really great.
I think I know a couple people that would at least know of something. BB Paranormal does all that stuff. They're the ones that I'm going to be collaborating with here in the
Oh,
near future.
nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited to work with them. But they do all of the fancy stuff with the editing and stuff. So I know they listen to all the podcasts that I put out. So I'm sure they'll have some recommendations.
That would be amazing. And if you're ever in the UK or if you want some audio to analyze, I'll just send some over. Don't be shy.
That's awesome.
Because I don't really have that. I can't even remember what the program's called right now, but I do have a program I use for voiceovers and dubbing.
Oh, okay. Yep.
What's it called? Where I can sort of isolate audio and sort of take the best parts out and cut out my ums and blah, blah, and swear word.
No, I just leave those in there. That's part of my personality.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're doing a dubbing for like a cartoon or reading a
Oh,
serious book, yeah, you can't sort of drop the F-bomb
that's
in
bad.
the middle of it. Oh, this fudging bear. It's like, oops. And
Whoopsie.
oopsie doopsie, take out.
Oh dear. So I guess the one last, well, it doesn't have to be the last topic, but the last kind of big thing we were kind of talking about was how do you know what the most haunted is? Whether it's an
Yeah,
object, area, state.
I've been thinking about that a lot, especially because I only have 20% battery left on my phone.
Oh, I've only got
Uh,
30.
so we did my haunted hotel. Me and my husband, we like to do these crazy things. Go on like one-nighters. Oh, we're going on a weekend to like a weekend getaway in Devon with Phantasm Tours. So it's the whole weekend where she's rented a place and then there's food and bedding and everything, and you sort of go ghost hunting. So it's gonna be really exciting. But so yeah, but we did the most haunted hotel, my haunted hotel, which was a great experience. But like, oh, this is room 8, and this is home to Grace the doll, and she's the most haunted doll in the UK. Then I go to the Poltergeist Museum. Oh, this is Elizabeth. She's the most haunted doll in the UK. Oh, this is Annabelle. She's the most haunted doll in the world. It's like, how do you determine? Like, do we just put them in a room and let them duke it out? See who's the most haunted? I mean,
Could you
I'm reminded
imagine?
of yeah. I mean, I'm reminded of the schoolyard. Like the little preschool. Like, oh, my dad's like the best. I know my dad's better. No, my dad's like this. It's always like I guess it's like the cloud of it all. Like, how do you determine what is the most haunted? I mean, I will
Huh.
say with Elizabeth the dog. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I mean, I I will say with Elizabeth the doll from the paranormal, the Poltergeist Museum, and I was with these guys, and I was with them the whole night, and I was looking at them and observing them, and he was wearing a really thick jacket, and he insulted the doll, And at some point during the break, he took off his jacket and he had scratches on his arm. Now, I know he didn't do it to himself because I was watching him. I was with them the whole evening. So I don't know where those scratches came from. And they weren't there in the beginning. And I know
So
they
I guess,
weren't because
no, go ahead.
because he had a pretty cool tattoo on his lower arm. And that's where the scratch, that's how I noticed.
Oh, yeah, I love tattoos. I look at tattoos all the time. But
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have known. But that really, really cool tattoo, I was like, oh my God. And I have to look at tattoos. I love just looking at it. And then when we came back from the break and we saw the scratches, I was like, okay, that's weird. But when I went to see Grace the doll, which was the one in Chester, they have this room 8, so you have to read the rules. There are 8 rules to go into this room, and you come in, and there's a salt circle around the doll. It looks really creepy, and there's like a religious iconography. So they asked our groups like, so who wants to go into room 8? And no one wanted, so I was like, I'll go. I don't care. Uh, I ain't scared. And then everyone else sort of like followed along. So I was like, yeah, the more the merrier, it's fine. But the doll itself wasn't actually, for me at least, that scary. It was more the religious iconography I found unsettling. So it's like, when am I going to see something impressive?
fair.
And we had a chest in the room we slept in. Apparently, that was cursed. And the story was that one of the hosts had opened it to see what was in, and then he died later. Now, I know I said I wasn't scared, but again, part of me is not stupid either.
Right.
So I didn't open it because there was always the what if thing.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
who am I to say it is not real? I mean, I communicate with the spirit world, so who am I to say that the curse is not real? That's again the duality of it. But it's also like when you see all these things, like when Annabelle went on tour, because of course taking a really haunted object on a world tour is a good idea. Brilliant, more of that. And then he died of a heart attack or something.
Yeah, which they said was a pre-existing medical condition, but honestly, like I'm not sure. I still have my back and forth about that, if it was really Annabelle or if it was actually a medical issue that just kind of took over.
I think in that case it was because he had a preconceived medical. I think the hype of it actually put extra pressure on his heart and it gave out. That is the most logical explanation, but again, I wasn't there. But I do know that it was quite the media hype.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I was like, mm. So it's just like the most haunted. I wish there was like a way to find out what is the most haunted because it seems like it's just this inflection you slap on to generate revenue.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, there's got to be parameters. Like, is it constant activity? Is it the level of activity? Is it how you're, I don't know, how you're feeling? There's just too many
Yeah.
variables for it to be the most haunted or whatever have you to just say it and just run with it.
I mean, if there was a mathematical formula, that would be cool
Yeah, right.
that you could sort of calculate. But yeah, I think. But then again, that really brings is it the object that's haunted or is it the person that's haunted? That I think that's the thing. Like, I mean, when I come back as a ghost, I'm not gonna haunt an item. No, I'm gonna follow around people and and create minor inconveniences.
That's fair. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've never
I'm
really
gonna
thought of that.
I'm gonna steal everyone's left shoelace or misplace the microwave dish, like little things.
Oh, both of those would drive me nuts.
But yeah, that would be I mean, in terms of haunted objects, I have I want to go back to the Poltergeist Museum again because they did have some really, really cool and scary objects. I mean, I did see a bottle sort of moving. It wasn't thrown, but it was out of place. I was like,
Oh dear.
I'm very OCD about that. So when I like have certain things and when it's out of place, like, nope.
Very much the same with certain things.
I mean, I had a friend who used to, oh, she drove me nuts with it. So I had to place like my eyeliners. They were always straight. And to mess with me, she would just knock one of them over, like just slightly. And I would go back and I would fix it. And she would do, and it would be just back
Oh,
and forth, back and it was all in good fun. But yeah.
awesome. Well, I don't want your phone to die on me, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Always, I enjoy our conversations. They're always so fun. I enjoy talking to you.
Oh, same here so much. And you're definitely one of my good friends that I've met in the paranormal community, and I'm so excited to have met you.
Oh, thank you. And if, I mean, are we allowed to do commercials or like plugs for our teams?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
No, it's just because, like with the most haunted and haunted people. So, Paranormal Presence, we actually have a Valentine's competition going. So, we'll be going to Newsham Park up near Liverpool. And we're going to do it on Saturday, the 14th of February, which is on Valentine's Day.
Nice.
So, what you can do is you can actually bring a date. And if you buy a ticket for you or your significant other, two tickets, then you enter into a competition where you can actually win the ticket prize back.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
if anyone in the UK or US, come join us. We have very soft approach to politics, to everything. It's a brilliant place. But if you're near, I mean, check out Paranormal Presence, book your tickets, join me. I'll take really good care of you, and have a Valentine's Day out of the ordinary.
Let me just find a guy real quick and I'll hop over.
Oh, we'll find you one over here.
Oh no, that
We have lots of cute guys over here.
all right. Well, you know what? Then I'll just hop on a plane. We can just work quick.
Yeah, I'll even throw in a romantic spell candle of self-love.
Oh dear. Well, thank you.
But yeah, I mean, find us on Facebook, Paranormal Presence Investigations. We have all sorts of other events.
That is
So
awesome.
thank you so much. And we need to catch up again sometime.
Absolutely. We'll definitely just have a random chat like we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah. And also we have so many things we can talk about. Like we could look at just the impact of ghosts in present day versus Victorian times. So
Yeah.
before I left my school, we did a Christmas carol with the year sevens. And
Okay.
so we focused a lot on ghosts, and they were just so enamored with it. They loved it.
I love that.
Uh,
Whole thing. Yeah,
so
we'll definitely do that. We'll plan for that.
so much. Oh, actually, I brought my. I said if you're really good, because my class is quite chatty. So if you're really good, I will bring in my dowsing rods, which are ghost hunting tools. And they were like, oh. So they were super great. So I brought in my dowsing rods to school, and we had a little play with them. And they were like, oh, what do they do? So I told them, well, you can use them to communicate with spirits, find water, bearded dragons, and phones. Like, show us, miss, show us. So I just showed, all right, show position for yes, show position for no. And like, oh, miss, you're moving your hands. And I pointed to one and says, right, you come up here. And this boy came up and he was like laser locked on my hands. So I stood facing him, and then I said to the boy, let's call the boy Joseph. I said, right, Rods, can you point to where Joseph is in the room, please? And my Rods pointed to Joseph, and you could just hear the kids like, whoa. And then the child in front of me, the boy in front of me was like, oh my God, I checked. She was not moving her hands or fingers at all. The rods move on their own. So ever since then, they was referred to as my magic sticks.
That's awesome. That's adorable.
A lot of my, and these are 11 years old, like, I want some for Christmas. I want for Christmas. I want for Christmas. And it's just that natural excitement. So those are my magic sticks. And they're like, oh, can you bring other ghost hunting tools? Miss, can you bring a Ouija board? Yeah, to a Catholic school? No. I could, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But I did show them 2 videos of my videos with the cat ball going off for an intelligent response. And they were just living for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but yeah, let's definitely plan again. And thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. Literally anytime. I love talking to you.
Likewise.
All right.
If you ever need any advice or help, just let me know. I'm always here for you.
I appreciate it. And of course, the offer's always open, but you're leaps and bounds ahead of me in skills with that stuff. So, but I'm always here
In
too.
some ways. Maybe in some ways, but in other ways, I'm like behind.
Oh, well, the door is always open for you as well.
Thank you.
Of
All right.
course.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you so much. And then stay spooky, everyone.
Thank you as well. All righty.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
As I wrap up my time with you today, I hope the ideas I've shared here on Beyond Logic with Tiffany have provided a fresh perspective, challenging you to think a little differently about the world. Before you go, I have a request. I'd love for you to share this episode with one friend, colleague, or family member who you think needs to hear this specific conversation. Spreading the word is the best way to help the Beyond Logic community grow. To stay connected with everything I do and get continuous content throughout the week, make sure you follow me on all my platforms. Facebook is where my community gathers. Join the conversation, share your thoughts on the episode, and get exclusive behind-the-scenes content and Q&As. If you're on YouTube, head over to my channel to watch the full video version of this podcast and check out extended interviews and deep dives. For short, impactful, and shareable clips, follow me on TikTok. You can find all 3 platforms easily by searching for Beyond Logic with Tiffany. Until next time, keep questioning the narrative, keep exploring the possibilities, and stay beyond logic.